Well, the ocean is crazy right now. It being basically fall. Kind of seem to remember last fall the ocean got this way. Or the sea got this way.
It stays that way for a while.
Yeah, really like heavy winds and heavy waves up until it freezes. This is where the weather starts to really buffet the house around. So that's the outskirts of Nome to the east. And this is kind of going into town on Front Street. We live on the east side, so we tend to kind of go out to the far outside of town and walk in to get some more exercise. So really down around here, there's mostly houses for a few blocks. And then the real downtown starts. So until we get down there, I'm going to turn this off because it's exciting to see houses. We're coming up on the campus. So this is a satellite campus of the Fairbanks campus, the Fairbanks, Alaska, University of Alaska Fairbanks system, one of their satellite campuses. I took a Arctic survival course here, so I have 1 credit with the University of Alaska from that class, so good for me, huh? And then there's the Aurora Inn, where we rented a vehicle and got a bunch of really cool footage going to council with Aura's dad, and lost it all. So we'll have to try and figure out how we can do that again one of these days before everything freezes up and the roads close down. But the roads out of town, like I think at about out to like 5 miles out, yeah, just are closed. They don't do any maintenance on them because there's no way you could plow those in the winter. It's not realistic. So
it's not just bad. They're not just kind of bad. We almost slid off the road driving the tire.
And that was in nice weather.
Yeah, perfectly decent weather.
So that just kind of says what the roads are like. When we were up going to council, the roads there were pretty questionable as well. Some of the areas were like crumbling off the side, and I mean, it's like a straight drop and shit. So it's they get kind of hairy when you get out of town, but the scenery is amazing. So that's well worth it. So anyways, we got a National Guard station here. Never really seen any activity at it, but there's a National Guard activity station here, which you probably saw in my other video. And the guy made a comment about me making a comment about Russia attacking. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I know Russia's not going to attack. They're doing plenty, just hitting our cyber stuff. There's no need to do a there's no need to do a troop attack anymore. Anyway, this is the westernmost subway in the United States. There is also a movie theater in there, as I say in one of my other videos. Your ears getting cold? The wind is kind of whipping today. Here's the state government building for Nome. Like the wildlife, fish and wildlife and all that kind of stuff are in there. Then there's the Pioneers of Alaska, which if you watch my other video, I'll put the link in the description. It kind of explains what that's all about. Otherwise, we have an old defunct Chinese restaurant that had a fire and never opened back up. AT&T office across the street. I don't know if it's an office, it's an AT&T station. I don't think they sell phones or anything there. I still haven't found that out. I asked that in my last video and we didn't know. So I still haven't found that out. It shows how much I care about AT&T. Sorry, AT&T. Got Wells Fargo. I'm gonna guess this is also the most western Wells Fargo in the United States. Just taking a guess there. This is, yeah, there might be one at one of the villages, yeah. And this is not the most western post office here right across the street from it, right next to it, because there are some villages that are further west that also have post offices. So got a pizza joint, an Italian, and other things. They're closed, surprisingly. Wonder why they're closed. And then there's just general businesses in here, like GCI, which is the phone company that we got our phones with, and some of the other just general businesses and offices and stuff like that. And the Polar Cub Cafe, which also serves as the UPS office. The guy that does UPS delivery sets up shop in there, and if you have to send something out, you have to meet him there and give it to him. They don't have an office, so that's where you meet the guy, and you give him your packages. And
you're kind of used to things being like multi-purpose here.
yeah, there is a lot of that. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of that.
Even more so in the villages.
Last winter when we were taking video, a lot of the bars were still closed because of COVID. They've since opened back up. So you'll see people hanging out in front of the bars and stuff. You got one of the pot shops in town. I like the other one. This one's all right, but I like the other one better. It's kind of interesting. This place is sparse. There's not a lot in it. Then we got more apartment buildings and stuff. Apartment buildings. There's Anchorage Liquor, which I don't think is open. Neither is that Golden China, maybe. I haven't seen either of them open. Have you? Huh? Yeah. So the Husky restaurant is open.
I saw them like taking liquor into that place one day, but I've never seen them open.
I wonder if they store it there for other stuff. I don't know. Department of Labor, that kind of stuff. More local government, state government buildings. Another bar, a couple of bars. Although I don't know, is Anchor open? That doesn't look very open.
Like it.
The Nome Nugget. This is the newspaper. I don't know how often they put out newspapers. Once a month, once every couple of weeks. I don't really know, but weekly?
It's at least weekly. I thought it was daily.
No, they don't publish a paper daily. There's the visitor center. People tend to hang out there after hours because it's right next to the liquor store. So that's convenient. Kind of a good place to perch. And then there's the liquor store and the little quick shop, little convenience store next to it. More city government stuff. This is City Hall. And here's the plaques and memorials that I transcribed on another video. All the little buckets from the dredge lines that they used to plant flowers and stuff. Bering Sea Restaurant and Bering Sea Bar are really cool. That's kind of it's your preferred hangout when you go out, isn't it? Go. Their food is alright. The Nugget Inn. Now for drinks, just go to the Nugget. But this is a decent, like the food we had there. Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's not too bad. Want to go down that way? All right. So we're gonna go down towards the mega dredge and the other things out there for the gold people. Yeah, they're just doing this road. Yeah, brand new. They just tore all this up.
Just redid it.
And are doing it all the way down. I think they put in brand new curb and gutter and everything all the way down. And then it's just pothole city. Potholes are Nome's speed bumps. That's how they slow traffic down. They just don't fill them in. And then people have to slow down. Like you're kind of forced to slow down. I swear that's why they don't grade them except for once every few months. So, my hat wants to blow off. that the city guy is putting a bounty out for dead cars and snow machines.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's $25 per car and $45 per snow machine or something.
Well, it should be the other way around.
Or maybe it's the other way around, I can't remember. So basically, if that thing doesn't actually run, that whoever's it is can make some money off it. We used to live right over here.
Hello.
How you doing? Well, hello. That's funny. I don't know how many people use them, but kids don't float, and so they got, I guess, community life jackets, which is pretty cool. Well, this video is being taken. I probably won't release it until 2027 because that's about the speed that I do video. But this video is being taken in September, actually, September 11th. Is it the 10th? Yeah. September 10th, 2021. So I don't know how quickly I'll get to editing it and putting it out, but this is what Nome looks like on September 10th, 2021. It's windy. The temperature is definitely dropping a bit.
Whoa.
Yeah, the sea's really coming up here. There's sea foam.
And it's not green.
And it's not sea foam green, so I don't know.
I don't know where that turf is.
So should we go swimming? There it is, folks, the mega dredge. Looks the same, maybe just a little rustier since last we saw it. Hasn't moved. So this here really is kind of the end of Front Street, the main drag of Nome. It runs down to the harbor over here, which we'll walk up to, and the pier, which they're looking at. The harbor here, which they're looking at extending so that they can actually accept larger, like cruise ship kind of ships in the future. Yeah, they do. The hell is that kind of boat called? Tender boat. The one that we didn't take when we were in the boat when we didn't go into Cabo San Lucas because you weren't feeling super hot. Yeah, seasickness is a thing. What is that? Part of a rubber boot.
You a lot of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit that floats up. I mean, like who knows where it originated, but it just kind of floats up. Like that looks like a cupboard. So you you get cupboards, you get tires, plastics, so just all sorts of random stuff. And I'm sure that's true anywhere. Like it's not just Nome's beaches. That's probably any beach anywhere. You're gonna see that stuff. It's just all floating out there, random, you know. No, look at that! Another defunct snow machine, or one that got left here. Yeah, got left here. That's probably was out crabbing and got left here after the crabbing season ended.
Look at that green boat. It's so like nature.
Oh, here. Yeah. Spud. The name of that boat right there is just Spud. Spud. But there are boats over here. Crowley Oil here's got a boat, I think, for going out there and hooking up their lines or whatever they got to do when the supply ship comes in to bring in oil and fuel and stuff. Which is, I think, largely the primary source of energy for all the electricity here in Nome is oil. There are some wind farms, but I think it's mostly
I don't know how much they
diesel. diesel engines on the other side of the harbor.
The thing is, it's
Up by closer to the airport.
less so than the villages, because when you go into like the villages, the first thing you see anywhere is huge
Big tankers.
fuel tanks.
Yeah, big fuel tanks, yeah. This is Treachery Hill in the winter. Walking on this hill, if you want to slip and fall and break your neck, this is a good hill to do it on.
Doesn't look particularly bad, does it?
No, but it just gets
So-
driven on so much that it becomes just slick. At least it was last year. It's the old Nome Veterinary Hospital. This is not the veterinary hospital anymore. Anyway, well, we're back in the residential area. A couple of Alaskan Huskies. So we're back in residential, so we'll turn you off. Maybe we'll pop you on when we get to the grocery store and see what we can see there.